Osiyo, it's how we say hello in Cherokee. I'm your host, Jennifer Lauren, at the Durbin Fielding Language Center in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, which houses the Cherokee Language Immersion School, where students gain an education entirely in Cherokee. Agalisiga Chuj Mackey is a language revitalizationist working to preserve our language and culture. He does this through Cherokee music, teaching both traditional and modern songs and creating his own music with a Cherokee twist.
Osiyo, Agalisiga. Howdy, my name is Agalisiga Mackey. Well, right now, we're standing here in Kenwood, Oklahoma, on the res. Spent a lot of time here, and all my family's from this area, so it's home. I work every day to strengthen our language and to revitalize it, and the way that I go about doing that is through Cherokee music. It was something special being able to be here in Kenwood and being around, all my family. A lot of the older guys, they speak ᎠᎦᎦ, and it's something that's not as common anymore, but it's still nice to hear today. The word ᎠᎦᎦ, whenever I use that just means Cherokee in Cherokee. That's what we call ourselves. That's what we call the language that we speak. Growing up, I did, a lot of ceremony and, stomp dances. The early part of my life and kind of the more influential stuff with music, it was always kind of more traditional songs. And then, I always heard contemporary music, of course, like my parents listened to. And they listen to all kinds of stuff, but mostly country. My uncle started bringing his guitar around. And he talked me and my brother into picking up the guitar and all of us learning how to play our favorite songs together. Jeremy Charles reached out to me via my dad. He wanted me to be a part of this contemporary album all in Cherokee called ᎠᎦᎦ, The Performers. And he wanted me to do the country song all in Cherokee for that album. And going into it, I was hesitant because, I'm not a speaker, and I kind of felt like I was going to be trying to fill shoes that were way too big for me. Thought about it, and I said, I think I could take this from just being a hobby into something that could be good for the people in the community.
The thing about Agalisiga is he's got a presence. You know what I mean? And either you have it or you don't. It's really been a privilege to watch Chuj grow as an artist and embrace his role. His mission as a musician is to further the language. And he's taken that on, and he knows what influence he can have over young speakers. You get this young man with an old soul out there on stage, and he's a gem that sticks out.
Being a part of this ᎠᎦᎦ album was something so life-changing. That's what really kind of inspired me to keep going with songwriting, just seeing how it affected the community and how the people responded to it and enjoyed it. I recorded my debut album in December of 2023. My wife applied for a grant for me, and none of this would have been possible without her, for sure, and the help of Jeremy. The album got released in October of 2024, and it was a pretty exciting deal for me. For me, it's a passion that I put a lot of time into and I really care about. But for me, my main thing is being a language revitalizationist. My day job is I'm actually a cultural teacher at our Cherokee Immersion Charter School in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. You know, even though I love doing the music and it's important to me and I really believe in getting it out there, it's only a part of my long-term mission. And so I do mostly songs and dances, whether it's contemporary or traditional. And I'm very grateful to do what I get to do. The Maoris came and visited us a couple years ago. The Maoris are the indigenous people from New Zealand, and they asked us what we're doing with our language. What are we creating? What are we doing with our language? And we honestly didn't have a good answer. And they said, well, your language is going to die because you're not creating with the language. You're not making new things with your language. And so ever since they said that, it's a harsh reality, but it's one that we needed to hear. I always try to start my ideas out in Jalek. I get a song idea and I, sit down at a table with a notepad and a pencil and I start jotting down words and, I'll ask my dad for, help with words or ideas. And then I go and visit David Crawler, Duke. And he polishes everything and makes it flow in a way that not only is understandable, but is Cherokee. My thing that I'm trying to get across is that anything that can be done in English can be done in Cherokee, if not better. I get a lot of people that tell me that my voice is a little different than what they're used to, in a good way. And I always attribute it to singing ceremonial songs and having that as the foundation of my voice. So to me, I always say, I sing, country music with a Cherokee twist. Music is a part of me. It's a pillar of my being. My real goal is to hopefully inspire people to want to create in the language on their own. So for me, my goal isn't to really get out there and to, tour and be around places. I want to inspire people to want to do that, and they do it. And I can just sit at home and play my guitar and hang out with my family and listen to their music on the radio. So for me, being able to be a part of that and growing in the future with music and the language, it is something I can't even describe. It's beyond words how grateful I am to be a part of, I guess, that path and that nurturing of our culture and language.